Have you ever noticed how some guys, ordinary everyday men, seem to have women flocking to them while you're stuck doing all the chasing? It's not just about looks, money, or even having the perfect pickup line. Sure, those things can help, but they're not the real game changers. The truth lies in something far deeper, a set of psychological principles that can draw women to you like a magnet. In the next few minutes, I'm going to unlock these secrets for you. By the end of this video, you won't just attract women. You'll have them chasing you, but here's the catch. The final principle I'll share will flip everything you know about relationships on its head. Are you ready for the transformation? If so, type "ready" in the comments and let's dive straight into the truth that's been missing from your life. 1. The emotional blueprint of attraction. The emotional blueprint of attraction starts with a truth that might sting. If she didn't text back, ghosted you after what felt like a great date, or chose someone you can't stand, it's not because you weren't good enough. It's because you didn't tap into her emotions. Women don't fall for men logically. Attraction isn't calculated. It's emotional, raw, and unpredictable. Think about it. Have you ever seen a woman fall for a man who seemed completely average? He wasn't the richest, tallest, or best looking, yet women were drawn to him. Why? Because he knew how to make her feel something. Special, alive, intrigued, and yes, even uncertain. Emotions are the strings that pull the heart, and when you learn to play those strings, you become unforgettable, the man she thinks about at night and compares every other guy to. The problem is, most men don't understand how to create these feelings. They think being nice, buying gifts, and being constantly available will win her over. But in today's world of endless options, predictability kills attraction. The guy who's always texting back immediately and always saying yes is appreciated, but not desired. Real attraction thrives on a mix of intrigue, excitement, and even tension. This doesn't mean being manipulative or mean. It's about becoming magnetic. So think about the last woman you were interested in. Did you approach her trying to impress her, or as a man who already knows his worth? The first feels like effort, while the second is effortless. That's where attraction begins, and in this video I'll show you exactly how to unlock it. 2. The importance of Stoic control. Let me paint you a scenario. You're talking to a woman and everything's going great, until she drops a curveball. Maybe she questions your intentions, criticizes you, or casually mentions another guy she's been seeing. How do you react? Most men crumble under this kind of pressure. They stammer, get defensive, or worse, scramble to win her approval. But the man who remains calm, who meets her challenge with a quiet confidence and a playful smirk, that's the man who leaves a lasting impression. This is the power of Stoic control, the ability to stay unshaken in the face of chaos. Women test men all the time, not out of malice, but to see what you're made of. Can you handle her moods? Stay composed when things get tough, or will you unravel at the first sign of challenge? The answers to these questions shape whether she sees you as a leader or just another guy. Here's the truth. Women respect men who respect themselves, and respect is the foundation of attraction. If she senses you're easily rattled or desperate for her approval, her interest will evaporate. But if she sees that you're steady, unflappable, and in control of your emotions, she'll view you as a man who can handle anything. And that's irresistibly attractive. Think about why characters like James Bond captivate women. It's not just his looks or charm, it's his unshakable composure. He could be in the middle of a life-threatening mission and still sip his martini like it's just another Tuesday. That kind of confidence is magnetic. The best part? You don't need to be a secret agent to cultivate it. Start practicing Stoic control in your daily life. The next time something doesn't go your way, resist the urge to react impulsively. Take a deep breath, assess the situation, and respond with calmness and clarity. This isn't just about impressing women, it's about becoming a man who navigates life's challenges with grace and confidence. And trust me, when she sees that nothing phases you, she won't just be attracted, she'll be hooked. 3. Understanding emotional tension. Let's dive into one of the most powerful concepts in attraction, emotional tension. If there's one thing you take away from this video, let it be this. Emotional tension is the secret sauce that keeps women intrigued, invested, and coming back for more. It's what makes relationships exciting and what sets you apart from every other guy trying to win her over. So, what is emotional tension? It's that electric feeling of uncertainty and anticipation, the desire for something more but not knowing if you'll get it. It's the same force that makes us binge-watch shows with cliffhangers or get hooked on the suspense of a good mystery. In relationships, emotional tension is the spark that keeps her guessing and wanting more. Imagine you're texting a woman. Instead of replying instantly to her message, you take your time. Not because you're playing games, but because you're genuinely busy living your life. She sends a follow-up text. "Hey, did you get my message?" In that moment, she's thinking about you, wondering what you're doing and why you haven't replied. That's emotional tension in action. It's not about being unavailable. It's about creating space for her to miss you. This same principle applies in other interactions as well. When you're unpredictable, mixing kindness with playfulness or seriousness with humor, you create an exciting dynamic. If she always knows what's coming, the spark fades. But when you keep her on her toes, she can't help but stay intrigued. Now, let me make one thing clear. Emotional tension is not about manipulation. It's about creating a dynamic that feels alive, exciting, and real. It's about being the kind of man who keeps her on her toes and makes her feel something genuine. When you master this, you won't have to chase women. They'll be the ones chasing you. 4. Triggering positive emotional states. Let's talk about what makes a woman feel addicted to you. Women don't fall for what you say or even what you do. They fall for how you make them feel. Emotions are powerful and addictive, and if you can create a mix of joy, excitement, curiosity, and just a hint of tension, she'll associate all of those feelings with you. This emotional cocktail doesn't just make her like you, it makes her crave you. Think about it. People return to their favorite songs, movies, or experiences because they evoke unforgettable feelings. Relationships work the same way. If you're just nice, agreeable, and predictable, you may seem safe but uninspiring. But if you know how to trigger deep emotional highs, you become the person she can't get enough of. Start with joy. Women are drawn to men who create moments of genuine happiness, whether it's through a funny story, a spontaneous adventure, or a compliment that makes her feel truly seen. The key is to be thoughtful, not over the top. A compliment like, "You've got this energy about you tonight, it's hard not to notice," lands better than a generic, "You look great." Add excitement by being unpredictable. Skip the standard dinner and a movie routine and plan something unexpected, like a surprise outing. The anticipation of not knowing what's coming will get her heart racing. And when you deliver, she'll connect that thrill to being with you. Finally, weave in curiosity. Leave her guessing just enough to keep her intrigued. If she asks, "What are we doing tonight?" give her a playful tease instead of the full plan. That sense of mystery builds anticipation, making the reveal even more special. The key to all of this is balance. Too predictable, and the excitement fades. Too mysterious, and trust erodes. When you master the art of blending joy, excitement, and curiosity, you won't just be a fleeting thought, you'll be the person she can't stop thinking about. Mastering push-pull dynamics. Let me introduce you to one of the most powerful tools in attraction, the push-pull dynamic. This isn't just a strategy, it's a psychological dance that keeps women emotionally invested. Most men either push too hard, overwhelming her with attention, or pull too much, acting distant and uninvested. But the magic lies in the balance. Push-pull is about giving her just enough attention to make her feel wanted, while stepping back just enough to leave her wondering. And when she's wondering, she's thinking about you, and that's what makes her chase. Here's how it works. Imagine you're texting her in the middle of a fun conversation. Instead of dragging it out until it fizzles, you end it on a high note. "This has been fun, but I've got to run. Let's pick this up later." That's push-pull in action, engaging her with attention, then stepping away on your terms, leaving her wanting more. On a date, it's even more powerful. For example, during a playful moment, you lean in, lock eyes, and say, "You're pretty charming. You might even be dangerous." Then, just as she's processing that, you lean back and casually change the subject. The contrast between intensity and distance creates emotional intrigue. and keeps her hooked. Push-pull works because it taps into a basic human desire, the craving for what we can't fully have. When you're always available and overly accessible, your attention loses its value. But when you create moments of unpredictability and space, she starts to cherish the time she gets with you. And this isn't just about creating attraction. It keeps the spark alive, even in long-term relationships. Let me be clear, though. Push-pull isn't about playing games or being manipulative. It's about creating a dynamic that feels exciting and alive, balancing intensity with ease. Master this and she won't just want to be around you, she'll need to be. 6. Using fear and desire wisely. Let's dive into the intersection of fear and desire, two forces that, when used wisely, can create a deep emotional bond. By fear, I don't mean scaring her or making her feel unsafe. It's about a subtle fear of loss. People value what they believe they might lose, and relationships are no different. If something is always available, it's easy to take it for granted, but when it feels rare or uncertain, it becomes infinitely more valuable. When a woman feels like your attention and energy aren't guaranteed, she naturally starts to value them more. Here's an example. Imagine you've been seeing someone for a while and she's starting to take you for granted. Instead of complaining or trying harder to win her over, you subtly shift your focus back to your own life, your hobbies, goals, and passions. You're still kind and respectful, but you're less available. This creates a moment of reflection for her, a twinge of fear. What if I'm losing him? That fear reignites her desire, especially when paired with the positive emotional connection you've already built. Fear is the spark that grabs attention, but it's the flame of desire that keeps her coming back. The key to using fear and desire wisely is balance. Fear alone without desire will push her away, and desire without boundaries makes you seem too easy to have. It's the combination that creates a dynamic of mutual respect and attraction. However, this is never about manipulation. It's about valuing yourself first. When you respect your time, energy, and boundaries, she will too. And that's when the magic happens. When she cherishes the connection not out of fear, but because of the desire to be with someone who knows their worth. 7. Cultivating mystery through Stoicism. Why are we so drawn to unsolved mysteries, suspenseful stories, or enigmatic people? It's because the human mind craves answers to what it doesn't fully understand. This same principle applies to attraction. Mystery is one of the most powerful tools you can use. In today's world of oversharing and instant gratification, cultivating mystery sets you apart from every other man she meets. But mystery isn't about being evasive or shady. It's about revealing yourself intentionally and gradually. Like a story she wants to uncover chapter by chapter. Instead of overwhelming her with your entire life story, share intriguing snippets. For example, if she asks about your career, don't summarize it in full detail. Say something like, "I've had a lot of creative jobs, it's a long story, but maybe I'll tell you someday." This leaves her curious and wanting to know more. Mystery also extends to your actions. Predictability kills intrigue, so avoid being too available or transparent. If you're always saying yes, responding instantly, and explaining every detail of your life, you remove the element of surprise. Instead, keep her guessing. Take time to respond because you're genuinely busy living your life, or plan an unexpected date that catches her off guard. The key is to create moments where she doesn't quite know what's coming next. Pair this with Stoicism to elevate the effect. A Stoic man is naturally mysterious because he remains calm and composed, never oversharing or overreacting. Imagine she asks, "Why are you still single?" Instead of getting defensive or justifying yourself, you smile, take a sip of your drink and say, "I guess I just haven't met anyone who's convinced me to change that yet." This response is confident, intriguing, and subtly selective, making her wonder about the depth of your character. Mystery also ties into scarcity. If you're always accessible and open, she won't feel the need to chase you. But if you show her that your time and attention are valuable, she'll instinctively value you more. Reflect on what you might be sharing too easily, your emotions, your schedule, your goals, and consciously pull back. The goal isn't to hide who you are, but to let her uncover you piece by piece, like an exciting puzzle. The more she discovers about you, the more invested she'll become. Cultivating mystery through Stoicism isn't about manipulation. It's about being intentional, grounded, and self-respecting. And when you master this, she won't be able to stop thinking about you. 8. Emotional availability and its impact. Let's tackle one of the most misunderstood aspects of relationships: emotional availability. Women often say they want a man who's emotionally available, but what they truly crave is a man who's emotionally intelligent, not emotionally excessive. Emotional availability means expressing your emotions with strength and intentionality, not pouring your heart out at every opportunity. It's about being vulnerable when the moment is right and maintaining control over your emotions rather than letting them control you. Women respect men who can handle their challenges without crumbling and who share their feelings selectively, creating a sense of depth and trust rather than oversharing and seeking reassurance. Think of emotional availability as seasoning. It enhances the relationship when used sparingly, but can overwhelm it when overdone. For example, if you're having a tough week, instead of unloading all your frustrations, you could say, "It's been challenging, but I'm handling it. Let's talk about something more fun." This response shows her you're human and relatable, but also strong and composed. Gradual vulnerability is key. Let her earn your trust over time. When she asks about past relationships, say something like, "I've learned a lot from them, but it's not something I dive into right away." This approach shows her you're willing to open up, but only when the time is right, sparking her curiosity and admiration. Emotional availability isn't just about your feelings, it's also about how you handle hers. When she's upset, can you stay calm and supportive instead of defensive or dismissive? When she's happy, can you celebrate with her wholeheartedly? For example, if she's venting about a bad day, resist the urge to solve her problems. Instead, just listen empathetically. That's what makes her feel understood and safe. But remember, emotional availability is a two-way street. If she drains your energy without giving anything back, it's a red flag. True relationships thrive on mutual respect and balance. When you master this balance, combining strength with vulnerability and openness with mystery, you become unforgettable in her eyes. 9. Building self-value. Here's a truth that might surprise you. Women don't chase men for what they can offer. They chase men who value themselves. If you don't see yourself as worthy, why should she? Building self-value is the cornerstone of every successful relationship, yet so many men overlook it. They try to fake confidence, win affection with grand gestures, or impress with status symbols, but women are incredibly perceptive. They can sense insecurity and desperation from a mile away. When you make a woman the center of your world, you're signaling that your value depends on her validation, and that's not attractive. What women truly want is a man who knows his worth, values his time, and doesn't rely on anyone else to define him. Building self-value starts with creating a life that excites you. Ask yourself, what are you passionate about? What drives you? Women are drawn to men with purpose, those who have goals beyond just being in a relationship. When you're actively improving yourself, whether that's hitting the gym, pursuing your passions, or learning new skills, you radiate an energy that's magnetic. For example, consider two men. One spends his time scrolling social media and complaining, while the other is focused on personal growth and chasing his dreams. The second man doesn't have to try. His value is evident in everything he does. And self-value also means setting boundaries. If she cancels plans last minute, and you calmly say, "No worries, let me know when you're free again," instead of bending over backward to reschedule, you're showing her that your time is valuable, and she'll notice. Finally, self-value means embracing rejection as part of the process. Not every woman will be interested, and that's okay. When you tie your worth to someone else's opinion, you're giving them all the power. But when you see rejection as an opportunity to grow, you take that power back. Every no refines you, making you stronger and more resilient for the right yes. Self-value isn't a switch you turn on just to impress her. It's a lifestyle. It's how you treat yourself, spend your time, and show up in the world. When you live with self-respect and hold yourself to high standards, she won't just be attracted to you, she'll admire you. And admiration built on genuine self-worth is the foundation of a connection that lasts. 10. The long-term power of emotional stability. Emotional stability is the foundation that holds everything together in a relationship. Attraction may spark from tension, mystery, or self-value, but without stability, it will eventually crumble. Emotional stability is more than staying calm during challenges. It's about being consistent in who you are. Women are drawn to men who are steady and dependable. If your behavior fluctuates based on mood or situation, kind one day, cold the next, she'll begin to question the stability of the relationship. Stability provides the safety she needs to open up and truly connect. Without it, the connection starts to feel fragile. To cultivate emotional stability, you must first become self-aware. Pay attention to what triggers emotional reactions and work on responding with thoughtfulness rather than reacting impulsively. For instance, if she makes a comment that feels like criticism, instead of getting defensive, pause and respond with curiosity or let it go. Emotional stability is not about suppressing emotions, but about controlling how you express them. Another key aspect is managing stress. Life's challenges are inevitable, but by taking care of yourself through exercise, mindfulness, and pursuing personal passions, you'll be better equipped to handle them and stay grounded during difficult times. Consistency is also crucial for emotional stability. When you make a promise, follow through. Your actions should align with your words, creating trust, which is essential for long-term attraction. Emotional stability also means being comfortable with uncertainty. Relationships go through ups and downs, but if you can lead with confidence and clarity during moments of doubt, conflict, or change, you'll create an environment of security. Women don't expect perfection, but they do want a man who is steady, strong, and real. When you embody emotional stability, you don't just attract women, you build lasting, meaningful connections. Conclusion. It's not about chasing, begging, or hoping she'll notice you. It's about becoming the man she can't help but be drawn to, a man who values himself, creates emotional tension, and carries himself with mystery and stability. These aren't just strategies, they are a way of life. When you embody these principles, you'll see a transformation not only in how women respond to you, but in how the world treats you. You're not just here to survive, you're here to thrive. Now it's time to take action. The knowledge is in your hands, the next step is yours. If this resonated with you, don't let it end here. Hit the subscribe button and become part of a movement of men committed to mastering themselves and their relationships. Your support not only helps this channel grow, but also ensures that more men like you discover this life-changing content. Drop a comment below with the phrase, "I choose to lead, not chase," because when you take control, everything falls into place. And don't forget to like this video and turn on notifications so you never miss another insight that could redefine your future. Let's grow, let's lead, and let's thrive together.